Turn it up. All right, man. We got 33 days. 33 days. 33, y'all. 33 more days till the first game of the season. All right, man. DJ Moore is finally getting superstar money. Tua Tagovailoa is cemented as now the guy, the main guy for a while now, as quarterback with his extension with the Dolphins. And tell me why Ryan Tannehill is at his house waiting for that employment call right now. What is going on with Ryan Tannehill? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the show full of charisma. We got football talk right here, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the Real Sports Talk Show.
Can't accept the loss, I'm hard-headed. There's a little bit of madness to my method. Many falling off that fine line that I'm treading. I risk anything to be great, and I'm not letting nobody rob me of my victory. Number one, that's what I'm meant to be. When by any means, only thing that makes sense to me, I can make nice or make history. I got that dog in me, yeah. Turn me up, big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, yeah. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark. I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me, so what's up? Yeah, so what's up? I told her move over, enough of that mediocre. I've been the man since cruising around in the stroller. I got ice in my veins like a cut in Minnesota. Why not show you how I'm built? Come a little closer, ayy. Lot of heart, been smart, aura gotta glow. We can restart, give head start, still get the same result. I'm about mine, don't you get it confused. I'ma win again, yeah, that's all that I do. I got that dog in me, yeah. Turn me up, big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, yeah. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark. I could rip your squad up. I got that dog in me, so what's up?
Yeah, so what's up? Fucking hype off that shit. I'm gonna play that for my team. They need to hear that, boy. Now I'm hyped. Thank you so very much for being here with us on this Saturday afternoon, wherever in the world you are right now. Again, this is the show that's full of charisma. This is the show and the place where you want to be watching football and football talk right here, man. We are the Real Sports Podcast, and we are your destination for real analysis and real opinions on by some real dedicated long-term sports fans. And you can follow us on all social media platforms, preferably Facebook, at Real the Sports Podcast. And all comments and opinions and questions for the best damn podcast panel on YouTube, man. Feel free to put your questions and your comments for the podcast panel right here in the live chat right here on the Real Sports Podcast. And remember, your opinion counts. Your opinion counts. So get that live chat jumping. If y'all got questions for these three men right here, feel free. Feel free. They're here. Speaking of the three men, they are the best goddamn podcast panel on YouTube. Anybody. If you don't believe me, you can ask anybody, goddamn it. You can go to Gilbert Arenas. You can go to Pat McAfee. You can go to any one of them and tell them I said that I got the best guys on YouTube right here. And matter of fact, all three of them are champions. I got all three champs here, man. All right, Dan, let's start off with the episode. He is the man with all the episodes. He's a little bit under the weather today, but that's why he is Mr. Episode. Representing the three-time Super Bowl champion, the Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, sir. Las Vegas Raiders is in the building. And he is the Real Sports Wrestling Trivia Champion. He is the co-host of Talk To and Wrestling. He's a very talented Mr. Marcus. Young Mark.
What's going on, y'all? All this Lamar Jackson talking to ESPN is literally make me sick. But that ain't going to stop me from being the biggest Lamar Jackson hater on the planet. So I'm here today. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, man. representing Jacksonville in Duval County. Duval County, just Tio with it, representing the Jacksonville Jaguars. He is the Real Sports NBA, 3-time NBA trivia champion, representing Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars, ladies and gentlemen. He is Floyd Rockweather.
Hey, go ahead, but we're gonna have a good show.
Oh, Floyd Rockweather over there. Hey, boy, I'm hashtag that. Floyd Rockweather. Floyd Rockweather. Floyd Rockweather. Oh, man. That's what
I ain't mad at you.
I got the OG. I got the dog. Let me tell you something. This dog right here, boy, he bites. He represents the mighty Minnesota Vikings. He is the red hot Real Sports NFL trivia champion. Boy, he is on the roll. Old Cutthroat himself. The dog. The diggity dog. You know.
What's going on, people? Glad y'all tuning in today. We have just got the Hall of Fame game away. So we got the NFL season is officially underway. Can't wait to get the preseason games out the way so we can do what we do. So yes, I'm excited. I'm sure y'all excited. So let's roll.
Let's roll, baby. Let's roll. Let's roll. The dog is in the building. I got Rockweather in the building. I got the episode in the building. Somebody get them called, boy. Drew to the game. Drew to the game is in the building. What's up, Drew? Baltimore Ravens. We got two birds in the house.
You took my man out of his element last week, Mark.
Yeah, he did. Philly G.
I stand on every word that I said, too. I still stand on
it. I got two birds in the live chat here. I got Philly G and Drew to the game. Drew to the game. All right, man, let's get this show popping. Let's get this thing popping here. I want to hear what you guys got to say about this here, but the Bears, the Chicago Bears. Wide receiver DJ Moore. We all know DJ Moore from previously playing for the Carolina Panthers. DJ Moore's first season in Chicago was such a hit that the Bears are locking him up through 2029. Moore and the Bears have agreed to terms on a 4-year, $110 million extension with $82.6 million guaranteed. This was reported by Ian Rappaport. That's my dog. Tuesday. Chicago later announced the extension. Moore will average $27.5 million across his 4 new years, which would be 7th among wide receivers currently, and his total value would be 5th, though he still has 2 years remaining on his current deal. The signing signifies the Bears' confidence in Moore and how that portends to aiding the maturation of quarterback Caleb Williams. It's also the latest sign that it pays very well to be a top-level wide receiver in the NFL. As Moore's deal follows other lucrative extensions, such as the Minnesota Vikings, Justin Jefferson, the Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Philadelphia Eagles, A.J. Brown, and plenty more. There's also likely more to come with the Dallas Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb, and the San Francisco 49ers, Brandon Ayuk, and the Cincinnati Bengals, Jamar Chase, angling for the biggest paydays. So now, nobody knows Chicago Bears like Q. Q has been going against these Bears for many years. See them twice a year. Had some dog fights, no pun intended, with the Chicago Bears from Soldier Field to Minneapolis, Minnesota, to the Hugh Humphrey Dome. I mean, all over the place with those Bears. But Q, DJ Moore now is getting superstar money. are the Bears? Do you with this superstar that they got now, DJ Moore and Caleb Williams coming in? Do you think, Q-Dog, and not being biased, because I know they're kind of your division rivals, but now that they got their number one guy on receiver, do you think the Bears can make the playoffs?
Well, I think the Bears is really truly ever since we know that they're one of the longest reigning teams in the NFL. But this is the first time I ever known them to pay a big money to a receiver. First time ever. They always was a physical defense first, pound the ball second. Always had that identity since Walter Payton days. I think to me, being in this division, I think that eventually we're going to get back to this black and blue. This is a receiver, pass happy league. I think what you're doing now that DJ Moore, we wasn't really, when you name top three receivers, I never heard DJ Moore in top three. I knew he was a good receiver, knew he came into Carolina, but he was never really talked about, but we know he's a good receiver. But now you have paid him this type of money. Now what you're doing, he has to be the Justin Jeffersons, the Amon St. Browns, the Jamar Chase, the CeeDee Lamb. Now he has to be in the name with these other receivers. He has to do the things that they do to get their name out there on a weekly basis. He's a target now. And being a target now, he's only going to be as good as his offensive coordinator, because he's going to have to find some kind of way to get him open, free him up, because he's the number one receiver now. You pay him number one receiver money. He's going to be, that's what teams are going to come in, and they're going to clamp down on him more. So are we going to see a regress in him? Who knows? We'll see. I wouldn't really made that move till I seen Caleb Williams and these receivers together for 1 year. See if he can get his game, to a top number one receiver. I think they put putting the cart before the horse, counting the chickens before they hatch, type of deal in Chicago. And I think they're getting away from their true identity. They've never been a receiver, a receiving team. They always been defense, pound the ball. But I guess they're trying to be like everybody else, get that ball up and down the field. But he's going to be targeted more. So we will see. It was the money warfare.
Let me ask you this, because you say he will be targeted more. So this is more of a personal to you. How much of a problem? How much of a problem will he be to your Minnesota Vikings secondary?
Oh, he's going to be a problem. He's a chain mover. He's a problem, but I don't look at him as he's a problem. That he's someone that I know that will get like 170 yards a game or something like that. 10 catches, 170 yards. You got other receivers in there. So putting the offense on him, and without those two having a season together, you're taking a big risk. You're really taking a big risk. I mean, you see, not saying bias as my boy Justin Jefferson, he just does it no matter who you put back there. That's just how he is. But I think that what they're trying to do is just trying to catch up with all these top receivers getting paid. So you're paying your man this astronomical amount of money when DJ Moore is not really mentioned all the time. We don't really discuss him when we talk about top receivers. But we know he's good, but we don't put him on up here on the echelon of receiver. We never do that. But now that his money puts him up there. We're gonna have to see if he can remain up there.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I'll shut up. But I agree. I agree. Mr. Marcus. Mr.
Allow
Marcus.
me to
Yes, sir.
disagree with the OG. I think this is a good move for Chicago. I don't think they put the cart before the horse in this particular case, simply because DJ Moore hasn't always had the best play from his quarterbacks. And now with Caleb Williams, that'll be the best QB he's had since Cam Newton was with him in Carolina. He's had to play with the likes of Sam Darnold and all the hoopla going on in Carolina after they got rid of Cam, and then going to Chicago and playing with Justin Fields. And even though Justin Fields wasn't playing his best last season, DJ Moore still had the best statistical season of his career. He had over 1,300 yards, and we all remember how much of a problem he was that Thursday night game against Washington. So I think it's a good move. And then especially when you consider they're bringing in Rome Odunze from Washington to play alongside him, and the skill position players they have, running back and tight end. I think the Bears, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs this year, but the potential is definitely there. They can quickly, within the next 2 or 3 years, realistically be competing for a playoff spot. I don't think that's a stretch.
But here's the thing though, Mark, and I'm gonna ask you this, because we all know throughout the years in the past that Chicago has always been a run first team. Like you said, they never had a star wide receiver. Bernard Berrian was probably the best wide receiver they had, and he won a Super Bowl with them in 2006. Bernard Berrian was nice, but he wasn't high paid. But Chicago is always a run happy team. Do you think now that DJ has the money like a superstar, will he be getting the ball now? Is the question. Like a superstar.
Well, I disagree with the first part that you said, but
what's that?
Chicago has had good receivers come through there, especially recently. You can't overlook how much of a beast Brandon Marshall was and Alshon Jeffrey. The only reason why those two dudes left was because Chicago didn't want to pay him.
You reach
and I don't know, but Brandon the Machine
Marshall was like that with Chicago.
But Brandon Marshall, he started with Denver though. He went there later.
Yeah, but when he went there with Jay Cutler, they was cooking. They was cooking. Even though Green Bay was owning the division, they was doing something.
But they got him nowhere. Brandon Marshall,
got him nowhere because they had bad coaching and a bad quarterback. Cutler was a locker room cancer. That dude was not a leader at all.
Yeah, after his first 2 years with Brandon Marshall, he regressed. Jay Cutler was the reason Brandon Marshall left Chicago after a while.
I would just
you seen what Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey did when they actually got two teams with decent quarterbacks. So, but I just think Chicago, their old regime, they just weren't similar to other teams in that division. They didn't really pay big time free agents when they had them. They normally let them walk. They didn't pay Matt Forte. They didn't pay Brandon Marshall. They didn't pay Alshon Jeffrey. So with this new regime with Ryan Pace being in there, he's turning things around. He's making smart moves with the salary cap, bringing in players that can fit their culture and help that team. And then, like I mentioned, to answer your question, I believe DJ could get the ball, but the only reason why I'm hesitant to say he will definitively is because all the reports have been literally since the draft, the chemistry between Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze has been off the charts. So if Caleb and Rome are already getting to know each other and developing that chemistry, it could turn into a situation where DJ Moore is Robin in this situation and Rome Odunze is Batman.
Yeah.
Or in an ideal situation, it could be like what we had in 2015 with the Raiders host, where Crab was getting his catches and Coop was getting his catches too. So it really depends on how the quarterback plays out. But yeah, I got faith that DJ Moore is gonna earn every dime on that contract. I don't think that was a bad decision at all.
Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna go back. Okay, I gotta scratch it back a little bit. Bernard Berrian. You got. I don't know if you know Bernard Berrian. Bernard Berrian was not. He wasn't top flight security. Now he wasn't like that. You know.
Yeah, he used to play with Minnesota.
Hell yeah, Bernard Berrian went to the Super Bowl. He is the one that put Rex Grossman on the map, bro. Rex, and we all know Rex
and
Grossman.
Muhammad was on that squad too, right?
Muhsin Muhammad.
Yeah,
exactly. So Rex Grossman wasn't shit, but Bernard Berrian made that guy a career. It took them to the Super Bowl. No, don't get me wrong. Lovie Smith had a good defense, Urlacher and all that. Man, but man, Rex Grossman
the special teams ability.
Exactly. But Rex Grossman just throw that shit up, and Bernard Berrian, he going to get it. He made them. But
also, one more thing I just want to say real quick.
Yes, sir.
One of the reasons why Chicago has always been a run-heavy team, OG, is because they are literally the worst team in NFL history when it comes to developing a quarterback. They've literally never been able to draft and develop a franchise quarterback. They ruined Jim McMahon, and that was as close as they had.
No, he wasn't even all that. He wasn't even all that, bro.
They failed Justin Fields. I mean,
Kyle Orton.
Literally, that has been the most snake franchise quarterback.
Terrible.
The best one they had recently was freaking Josh McCown. So
yeah, and that's bad. He's a backup. It's terrible.
Right, so if your franchise historically can't develop a quarterback, how do you expect a receiver to come out there and light it up? You know what I mean?
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna get you my Rockstar or Rizak.
My bad. But I will say this: Host Q Dog and Mark, y'all make some good points as far as with the DJ Moore extension and things of that nature. Mark, I would say, made a good point because he kind of like, man, his mindset was on the same wavelength when it came to DJ Moore getting this extension and it's Rome Aduzier, right? That's how you say his name. So I believe he gonna be like what Jamar Chase is to Joe Burrow.
There you go.
With Caleb Williams. I think Aduzier is gonna be that number one option.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're gonna see DJ Moore play the T. Higgins role.
Mm-hmm.
You know, getting a possession type of because think about it, everyone know Keenan Allen is their third receiver on that roster. So we know Keenan Allen has had his injuries. He's had his, he's had his 15,000 yard season, 100 yard catch reception type years. So we know he's going to be the one that's going to regress probably within that first year. He probably may get like 40 catches this year, depending on how his volume is within that offense. But I think DJ, one thing I agree with what Q Dog was, I think they gave him the extension a little bit too early. They haven't seen what all three of the guys can do collectively. You didn't even throw you didn't even have your rookie quarterback play a snap in the Hall of Fame game.
Absolutely.
It's not like he don't have, he's never been under the center. He hasn't played center position. So, I mean, why not get him out there on the first snap Hall of Fame game just to get him a handoff from out of the center to hand it off, just to get him that feel. You're waiting till like your second because, Chicago and I believe the Texans play a total of 4 preseason games because the Hall of Fame game is considered their 4th preseason game. So you're going to go into your next preseason game, whereas though that's when you're going to get him those reps. You should have got him those reps against guys that came out of the same level of college with him or second string, guys that ain't gonna make the roster right now, just to get him the early feel of the game. Because that was the difference with CJ Stroud. People were kind of comparing Caleb Williams to CJ Stroud, but CJ Stroud actually had an offense where he had a pro style approach to the game. Caleb Williams hasn't had that pro style approach since he was in high school. as far as being under center, taking the snaps and things of that nature. And Q-Dog made a good point about the culture in Chicago. They are moving back towards that culture where they're going to build through the defense and have a stellar offensive game. It's just that now this game is more about putting up points. So you have to be able to stretch the field more in games to where as though it's going to keep the eyes on the product until the playoffs. The playoffs now, and if they continue to have that ground and pound approach, then they can go into the playoff games like how Seattle used to be, where they can be able to beat teams up because people thinking they're going to come out there and air raid them with Russell Wilson, and they hand the ball off to Marshawn, slow the game down. Chicago can kind of do that if they play their cards right within how they setting things up. But I will agree with Mark. I think they're a year away from making the playoffs. They may be able to sneak in this year, depending on how things shake up. We always notice towards the ending of the year, there's like maybe 5 or 6 teams in the NFC that are in the hunt. And it comes down to that last week to where as though cards fly in people in certain teams' favor, And I think they have their strength of schedule this year is kind of weak compared to how their record was last year. So they're playing a good amount of winnable games for Caleb Williams. But I don't think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. But I'm picking Jaden Daniels for that.
Okay.
That's just my opinion on the whole DJ Moore, Chicago Bears situation. Y'all made good points, so I can't really rebuttal a lot.
Yeah, true. Let me stretch here because I know Mark is going to come at me.
Yeah, my thing is this: that what this team is that we're projecting them on what we see on paper, and so then and I think these owners get caught up. They want to be on a certain level with certain teams that so quickly. And I understand that, you know what I'm saying? But these things take time. You just got a rookie quarterback in, like Rock said, and haven't took a snap under the center. These guys haven't even been on the field for one season yet. So how can you sit there and just, you okay, then we're gonna invest money into DJ Moore like this, and we're going to be the type of team that has to sling the ball down the field. And they never been that type of team. They kind of team that keep games close with that defense, that suffocating defense, and so maybe they have to involve going along with everybody else trying to be like everybody else. But I think they kind of getting away from their true identity, and instead of just trying to catch up with everybody else. Well, I mean, they look good on paper. Don't get me wrong. This receiving core look good on paper, but when they get together, can we say they're going to be good? We say, look, we're talking about on paper. That's all we're talking about for now.
The Chicago Bears, like you said, Q, and I agree with you, they are trying to keep up with Green Bay. They just seen Jordan Love come in and beat the hell out of the Cowboys. So they're making moves now. They picked up Josh Jacobs. They're trying to make moves. They're trying to keep up with the Joneses. The Bears are. I'm gonna put Carolina in this too because it's ironically DJ Moore is a former Carolina Panthers wide receiver. Carolina needs to do exactly what the Bears did. You go out here and spend some money.
I think Caleb Williams, he needs an offensive-minded coach. He don't need a defensive-minded coach. I don't think that's going to help him.
I don't know that coaching staff, to be honest with you. Caleb,
the head coach is a defensive-minded coach, ain't he?
No,
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know because it worked with the Texans. Q with CJ Stroud. What's the name? He D'Amico Ryans, a defensive minded head coach.
Right. You're right.
It just didn't work with Robert Saleh and the Jets because
the Jets. Yeah, I mean
they drafted with Zach Wilson.
It's different coaches.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Nathaniel Hackett. That's why they bring in.
They both from the same D'Amico and Robert Saleh came from that defensive tree in
49ers.
San
Yeah, the
Francisco.
49ers. Mhm. Well, we'll see. I mean, that's the only thing I can say. We'll see. I'm not going to crown them as being one of the best receiving crew that's in the league, but I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them. You know, it look good on paper. I'm not going to go by paper. I'm going to have to go by what I seen like last year, something like that. You know,
I'm not wishing anything bad on the brother, but throughout the course of years and time, we have seen athletes get money and they play like shit the next year. We have seen it time after time after time, from quarterbacks to running backs to defensive tackles, the cornerbacks, the safeties, to the goddamn kicker, and coaches. We're seeing once they get a bag, they play like shit. So
well, they're gonna expect more out of them now, though.
Right.
That DJ Moore name has to be a household name every week now.
Yes. And you know how it is. New level, new devil. So, you know, now you up there now. You are getting paid as a top wide receiver, and he's going to want to be treated like a top wide receiver, but it's going to be on Caleb Williams to be able to get him the ball. If he don't get the ball like that, DJ Moore will be bitching. I'm telling you, it's going to come. He's going to be bitching.
The crazy thing about it was DJ Moore's stats have been, I'm not saying he's not a good wide receiver, but even from his college, you know, I'm in the backyard of where he went to college at in University of Maryland.
Okay.
So the University of Maryland team, he was the number one guy. Wasn't really nobody else around him. So he was getting the bulk of the production.
Yeah.
In Carolina, he was getting bulk of the production.
Yeah.
Last year, the year when he getting traded to Chicago didn't have anyone else around him. Now Chicago builds a team of they rebuilding that whole team to go with their new face of the franchise.
Yeah.
In a few more years, it's gonna bring another guy that's gonna be in there. He gonna move to the third. Eventually, DJ Moore gonna be the third guy because Keenan Allen eventually he's gonna be on his way out. They're gonna be bringing another guy in there that's gonna be able to be probably a big body receiver that be the number 2 guy, someone that they can take the mileage off of DJ Moore because he's the small shifty receivers.
But the reason why nobody has heard from him but heard of him before is I know whoever watching the show like, who the fuck is DJ Moore? But this is a guy that the reason why we don't know him like that is because he played for the Carolina Panthers, a small market team.
Yeah.
So
Carolina considered they consider a big market as far as because Charlotte, the city where they play in Charlotte is considered a big market as far as
being nice, a shitty team.
Yeah, they're a shitty team in a big market, like the Giants and the Jets, shitty teams in a big market.
Oh hell, D-Rec. I know D-Rec heard. I know you heard. That wasn't me. That wasn't me, D-Rec. D-Rec, that wasn't me. D-Rec, I did not. D-Rec,
I'm sorry.
D-Rec, I did not say that.
Small market, but, Jacksonville, we've been a shitty team in a small market. I just gotta keep it real. The Giants and the Jets got more televised games than wins over the last few years, man. If you can combine their televised games and combine their wins over the last few years, I bet you come up with more televised games than wins.
Yeah.
Something going on in New York.
I hope DJ. I think that when he played the Cowboys, when Sam Darnold was quarterback, and they played the Cowboys, even though they lost to the Cowboys, they played the Cowboys pretty damn well. And I was proud of Carolina that year. I think it was like 2 years ago, and I was really proud of them. They went 8-9. They finished 8-9 under Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. So that's pretty damn good. And DJ Moore kind of put that team on his back as the guy. He was the guy. So and CMC was going through his trials and tribulations with the injuries, but we'll see with DJ. I hope the best for him. I like DJ. tough guy, tough, hard-nosed receiver. Remind me of a young Santana Moss. Not as fast, but young Santana Moss. I love me some Santana Moss, bro.
Shifty.
I love me some.
He like a lower version of like Jamar Chase and DJ Moore, kind of like it's like Jamar Chase is on a different level than DJ Moore, but they kind of like the same type of body type receivers, small. But what's name be going across the middle? DJ Moore don't be seeing him go across the middle like that.
Give me Santana Moss, baby. Santana Moss cover across the middle. Go.
I'm becoming a huge fan.
One of my favorite receivers. Gone, boy. Love him, man. Love him.
I'm a huge fan of that, man. Yo.
Who's that?
Jamar Chase.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm a Santana Moss guy. Goddamn.
Nah, Santana was dope. He was a dope receiver, man.
Oh, yeah, he was. That dude was fucking electric, dude. Woo! Yeah. I love me some Santana, but that boy would catch that ball over the middle. You ain't catching him, bro.
Yeah, his slide hit that sluggo route that he used to do.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know that move he do.
And go.
Yeah. Stop and go, but tear your ass up, boy.
Yeah. So it's pretty dope.
Oh man. All right. Well, Mr. Marcus said he had to go, man.
He'll be all right, man.
Yeah, he feeling.
Yeah, he looked. I seen it. I can see it. How he was trying to. Within the pauses.
We wish you Mark. Thanks, man. He's gonna go rest himself right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark, man, he's a little bit under the weather and is really kicking his ass right now. He's under the weather, but nevertheless, man, the show goes on. We're gonna move over to the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins. Mike McDaniel on Tua Tagovailoa's extension. He said, I quote, "He's shown me he knows what time it is." Tua Tagovailoa has been dodged by critics over his play and availability throughout his career and has come out on the other side with the contract to prove he's the Dolphins franchise quarterback. As always, the real work is ahead, something head coach Mike McDaniel made clear throughout his Sunday's news conference. It's a pretty hot place to be quarterback in the National Football League, McDaniel said, of the heightened expectations that will follow Tagovailoa's extension. You get a lot of reps at seeing how people respond to things. I think that it is absolutely the nature that you should expect and something that I know Tua is very, very aware of. I think that one of the cool things about sports is Tua can know that his teammates know that, and they already have pressure and expectations for themselves. Okay. Tagovailoa was serviceable, but underwhelming for a number 5 overall pick through his initial 2 seasons without his current coach. He went 13-8 as a starter, 4,467 yards, 27 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, and he had an 88.8 passer rating in 23 games played. So let's go over to the dog. I read this. McDaniel's arrival paired with the trade for superstar wide receiver Tyreek Hill proved to be the catalyst for Tagovailoa's takeoff. I see. Okay, but anyway, the dog, Tua, is cemented now. He's the guy. He is the guy in Miami. He is going to be going forward for the next couple of years. He will be the starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Now, my question to you, the dog, how far do you think that Tua can take this Miami Dolphins team in the conference or in a division with Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen? No disrespect to the Patriots, but they're not going to do anything. So, but you got to compete against the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, and Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. So, Q-Dog, how far do you think Tua can take this this high-powered offense, Miami Dolphins team? How far you think he could take them in the season?
Well, first of all, it just I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm just too old school, but a lot lot of these guys that sign these big contracts, but they haven't done nothing. I mean, you haven't even smelt the upper echelon of an AFC championship, at least been there back to back or anything. And to pay these quarterbacks like this and they haven't been to the playoffs, and this is what you're saying, this is we're having faith is our future. To me, I don't know, man. I just kind of think it's a bad omen to me. He can probably do it, but he better win as many goddamn games he can, keep it in warm weather. Because we seen last year, we went to Kansas City, them like they were frozen statues.
Yeah, it was.
They could not play in cold weather in the playoffs. Can't do it.
Yeah. Can't
do it. That team is built on speed. McDaniel's a great offensive guru as a coordinator, but we see how they were just frozen in that cold weather. They need not to endure that in the playoff run. They need to try to get home field advantage throughout. Playing in these cold weather places is not going to do them no good in the playoffs.
They got to go to Buffalo. They got to go to Buffalo. They got to go to Buffalo. They got to go to the Jets. It's cold. It's going to be cold.
But I'm saying, but when you go past the first week of January into these cold weather teams, you know what I'm saying? Going up north with the wind and cold weather. That doesn't favor them at all.
Yeah.
At all, it don't favor them. So their best bet is to lock it down for home field advantage throughout. If they want to ride the playoffs the way they play ball.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That being said, I just don't know, man. I can't, the way they paying these players, playing these quarterbacks so quickly. When you haven't done nothing, then I don't know. I don't know if they're looking at other teams and their quarterbacks and their success, and you banking on this. Look at, not to throw the side, but look at Phillip Rivers, plantar fasciitis, and whatever that is, in the foot. It's just like, man.
Justin Herbert.
Huh?
You talking about Justin Herbert?
Justin Herbert, yeah. I keep saying Phillip Rivers, Justin Herbert, yeah.
Like, once you said the injury, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly.
He meant from the top. I appreciate that. Yeah. But you get what I'm saying is that y'all pay these quarterbacks that haven't done nothing, haven't got you in the playoff, haven't got you nowhere. And what you're doing is that I know you said you tell them I believe in you, get faith in you and everything, but everybody can't be Patrick Mahomes. Everybody can't be that. You can't pay everybody like Patrick Mahomes. And so the thing about it is that that's the only thing I fear about this team, Miami. And they showed me last year when they went to Kansas City in that cold weather, they was a non-factor. That cold weather did them in. Now, if they would have played in Miami, it would have been a different story. I bet you would have been good. Miami would have probably blew them off the map with that speed.
It was cold as fuck in Kansas City.
It was cold. So they need not to endure no cold weather teams in the playoffs. Yeah. So I'm not looking at them. We know they're gonna muster up games in the regular season, but they need their best to try to get home field throughout the playoffs to play in Miami. They don't need no more. They don't need to deal with no more cold weather.
I agree with you on that. Miami was in the same spot. Jacksonville was they play great roles. I get what Mark's saying because they ain't really got no other shot. But Q is making a good point.
We didn't have to play Blake Bortles. Tom Coughlin and then made that dumb decision. We could have had Lamar Jackson, really, if Tom Coughlin ain't want to go get a defensive tackle. He chose to bring back Blake Bortles. The writing was on the wall once we lost to the Patriots with Blake Bortles. We shouldn't have brought him back.
Mm-hmm. But due to the game, even said that, like these guys are setting the world on fire. Tua was one of the top. I think he led the league in yards or something like that, or some top 5 in yards. I can't get the stats right.
The 70-point game that they had.
But because of fucking Tyreek Hill, when you got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, of course you got 2 guys on the fastest guys in the next football.
You got your damn duo.
Exactly. So yeah, that's but excuse me, like Q said, makes sense because you got to look at it on a psychological aspect here. Can this dude perform in the big time games in badass weather? No. Because like you said, you went to Kansas City and it was fucking freezing out there. It was like 9 degrees. It was cold as hell. And Tua could not do nothing. The Dolphins couldn't do nothing. Kansas City is used to that. That's their element.
Right. That's their element.
That's their element. That's what they do. Mm-hmm. That's what the Bears was known.
Yeah,
that's what the Bears was known for kicking your ass in Soldier Field. The Vikings was known for kicking your ass in Minnesota. They beat your ass in the ice. Their elements, they can react to that. But a Miami team, no, you can't do it, bro.
Not to cut you off.
It kind of reminds me of
elements, man. They gotta go out the window because we done seen warm weather teams go into these. We seen San Francisco with Kaepernick and them go into Green
Not
Bay.
saying, but no, I'm gonna repeat that back to you. Not saying that it can't happen. It's just they uncomfortable in that element.
I just think Miami was shook. And I think Miami was shook from when they got off the plane in Kansas City.
Yeah, they probably was intimidated.
It was done from the beginning. I don't know. Once they found out that they was going to Kansas City and what the weather was, they checked out right then and there before they checked out before they left Miami. That's how it looked. That's how bad it looked. They were stiff, couldn't move.
You know, the reason why we say Rock is they
put on a better showing. Think of it. When they played Buffalo the year before in the playoffs, they put on a better showing with a backup quarterback in Buffalo than they could with their main roster.
You can't.
I don't know, man.
I get what you're saying, but listen, you can't downplay the elements.
Yeah,
that's a psychological. And I know you're gonna be like, damn, host, you old school as hell. But Jim Kelly did not want to play in the cold weather.
Yeah,
he did not want to go to Buffalo. He's a Miami guy. He's a warm weather guy. He did not want to go. He did not want to goddamn go. But he went to the USFL instead and kicked ass in the warm weather. Psychologically. But he had to, there's no more for me to do it. I gotta go to Buffalo.
Yeah.
It took him a while, but he adjusted. He adjusted and went to 4 Super Bowls. He adjusted it. That element, that chick is key. But
I got you. You talking about Jim Kelly, the former quarterback for Buffalo? Yeah,
yes, sir.
I thought you said Chip. My bad. I was like Chip. Oh, he meant Jim. Okay,
not Jim that motherfucker.
Nah, sometimes we speak fast.
I'm sorry, bro. I mean, I'm a former rapper.
Yeah. But I do get it. I do get it. Sometimes you can't run away from
your boy, like your team. Your team is warm weather.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
They're not gonna do good in the week.
In the past, that we can go into Pittsburgh when it's snowing and beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs.
It can happen.
Tampa Bay during the COVID year and they say Tom Brady was one of probably the main reasons Tampa Bay was prepared. But think about it. Remember, Tampa Bay for years couldn't beat Philly in the cold weather in the playoffs until John Gruden got there, and then that whole mentality was we was going to go up there and beat this team to get over the stigma. So I just think it's a psychological thing sometimes.
That shit is psychological as fuck. Steve Miami made it. He couldn't even grip the ball.
Not want to go. I think what it was when they found out that they had to go play the Kansas City Chiefs, they was hoping they was going to go play somewhere else.
Especially not being able to play well because of the elements is the weakest excuse in football. I hate that. It's not an excuse; it's reality.
It's not a narrative, but it's there. You can't run from it. Like,
that's the main thing I hate about
we're human. I played in weather where as though like I had teammates looking at me like, bro, we about to go out here and do this.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but as far as speed wise, it do slow you down.
Yeah.
You can't say it don't.
Because you're standing there. You're standing there idle. And you fucking
always like playing in the elements because it was fun. If you was on the field off and on, If you play like back in rec league, you play both sides. You play both sides of the football, either offense or defense.
Yeah,
you wasn't cold as much. But if you was standing there and you only played on the offense, then I do get what you mean by that. It can be nerve-wracking.
Definitely, man.
I don't think it's the weakest excuse. It's part of life. Like you try to stand in -9-degree weather, and it's only so many heaters around.
There you go.
And you from Miami. You've been living in Miami for all your for 7 years of your career. That one night in Kansas City is gonna shake you up. Like you said, the people in Kansas City, some people in that game got frostbite and things of that nature that was sitting in the stands. So the elements affected everybody. I just think psychologically, Miami checked themselves out of that. And that's gonna be a stigma on them, regardless of how much money they throw at Tua. Cause Tua ain't win no playoff game, and I get what it was, because it was the same thing said about Trevor Lawrence. Oh, he didn't deserve all that money.
There you go,
brother. But let me ask y'all something. The Jacksonville Jaguars was a team that had the number one pick both years.
I agree.
The year that we drafted him, we had the number one pick, and the year after we had the number one pick, and it was because of the coaching that it was the reason why we got the number one pick the next year.
Right.
But after that, he has proved he turned the ball over a little bit. I get you when it comes to that, but at the same time, Jacksonville has been winning and they've been in the playoffs. Jordan Love just got paid off of one season. They have anointed CJ Stroud off of one season.
One season, bro. I agree with you. I agree with you, bro. I agree. Totally agree.
I hate how the market is for these quarterbacks, because,
and I know that bothers you as a Jacksonville fan, because you're like, hold the fuck up. Like, wait a minute, you won the division this year. Okay, fine, you doing good this year, but damn, it's just
what you gonna do next?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, that shit is. Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. I feel you. It's like, motherfucker, you ain't paid your dues like that, and you coming in, but see, that's the media doing that shit.
Yeah.
That is the media doing that. We as fans, real fans, we know what time it is. Like, hold on. Just like DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck he getting superstar money right now? You ain't really done. You ain't moved the meter yet. You got to move the meter. We got to see you win some games, put the team on your back in order. We as fans, we see that. Owners are and I'm gonna go sexual with it. They blowing their load already.
Yeah, like Aaron Rodgers has been glorified all these years and think about it. He hasn't been to the Super Bowl since 2011, 2010, something like that. The 2010 season.
It beat Pittsburgh. I'm sorry.
It's been about 15 years since that brother done been to the Super Bowl.
See what I'm saying?
But within that time, he's won 4 MVPs. But
MVPs ain't shit these days. Nobody cares.
My thing is, like, we everybody crucifies Dak Prescott. We crucify certain
MVPs these days. I take that.
Certain quarterbacks for not winning. Josh Allen still gets praised, and that brother had a shot to put Mahomes out of the playoffs last year again.
Several.
I just think, man, it's about who the media likes, and that's who they feel as though is anointed.
This is going to be tough, though, Rock. This is going to be tough on Tua, because he has to play in New England. It's cold as fuck. You got to play in Buffalo. We all know that shit is cold. And you got to play in New York. You know that's cold, too. So you got to play 3 of those teams in the cold weather. Not to mention, you're a left-handed quarterback. It's going to take you more time, left-handed, to get that ball out. Luckily, you got Tyreek Hill. See, that's why the Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle connection with Tua works, because they're fast as fuck. So he can shoot that shit out quick. But Steve Young said this on the show, and I always remember this shit. He said he hated playing in cold weather teams, man, because it's so hard to grip that ball. You're throwing off your middle finger and your index finger, and your wrist. Your body is cold. So you hated going to the sideline because I don't give a shit. You got a furnace back there. You still cold.
Yeah.
You still cold. The ground is cold. When you hit that motherfucking ground, it is cold. I agree with what Mark said in the comment. He said, I'm sorry, I subscribe to the Bud Grant method of football. It's cold, so what? Just deal with it. Just play with it. Bud Grant was like that with the Vikings. You don't give a shit how cold it is. Get out there and play.
But they're not built like that no more.
They're not built like that.
Teams are not built like that.
That's why
everybody got different mentality when you put them on.
Yeah, they don't do the
That's why it won't work with Tua. I don't give a damn how tough he is. It's not going to work. Not when you got 300-pound linemen chasing you, and they used to the cold weather. They trying to kill you.
And the thing about it though, like Tua had some injury.
Thank you. I was just about to say,
stay healthy. If he gonna stay healthy enough to fully get them what they want out of this contract, that's another big question.
He got the shit knocked out of him twice, and that wasn't even in cold weather. So imagine
that was in Miami. He got knocked out at home I think, and in London 1 year or something like that.
Something like that. I know it was the Bengals. There's always the damn Bengals. Always doing something. But that's what I'm saying, man. You guys
I just feel that they're going to be a good team. They're going to they're going to. We know the offense is going to be great. They're going to win games, but they're going to win games in November, December. These places y'all talking about, but we're talking about in January. We're talking when it get extremely cold in these places. They need not be trying to go there. They need to be trying to make a way where they can get at least one home game or a home field advantage throughout the playoffs in Miami. And you get that by winning a lot of games. And they need to win them during the regular season.
Yeah, too.
They need to win their division, dominate their division out. They can win that division in these November and December games because it's cold, but not as cold as it's going to be in January.
And they gotta step up Tua, and Tua's not bad at all, but he's gonna have to step up a lot more now because you got Cleveland, you got the Baltimore Ravens, you got the Houston Texans.
Took a step back this year too.
You got the Raiders coming. You got sorry ass Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs. You got the Jets. You got the Buffalo Bills.
And the thing about these teams, you talk about the AFC North, what they all got in common, man, they play outside.
True.
They play outside in the cold, man. This is a tough team.
Every team in the AFC North does
everybody in the AFC North division play outside.
Yeah.
Tua is great, but we got Tyreek Hill who's talking about he gonna give him 1 or 2 more years.
Yeah, every team.
He's done in like a year or two. He said
it's the warmest weather team.
But again, you got Baltimore, Cleveland, Kansas City, the Raiders, Buffalo, Jacksonville. You got those teams coming at you. What the fuck are you going to do? Jacksonville has a good defense. The Raiders got a good defense. The Jets got a good defense.
Cleveland got a good defense.
Max Crosby was voted number 10 by the players.
See what I'm saying? Like, man, can he do it? Can he do it? I want him to do it. I like Tua. He got good morals.
I like Tua too, but I don't know.
Yeah. Here we
I
go.
mean, to me, it seems like they built like the greatest show on turf, but they're not on turf. They're on grass. They got that speed and everything. You just got to outscore everybody. That's their thing. They outscore. But the thing about it, it's okay. You do all the scoring, but y'all need to compound these regular season games. So when that cold weather hit in, y'all stay away from that. Y'all stay, because everything has to come to y'all element.
There you go.
They even struggled with Philly last year, right? When they played Philly.
Yeah.
They struggled against Philly, and it was probably like 45 out.
40s in the 40s.
Look at Houston.
In the 40s, and they couldn't even barely score in the red zone. I remember that.
Look at Houston. They playing the Dome. They went to Baltimore, though, NFC Championship game. They went to Baltimore and got murdered.
Yeah. Baltimore was ready, though.
Baltimore was ready.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they lost because of cold weather, but it was there. Cold weather was there.
It's sometimes some certain situations. I mean, I'm not saying what Mark not. Certain situations are psychological. If you let it creep in your mind, oh damn, it's the cold, it's the cold, it's the cold. That's all you're thinking about. And that's why I said I believe that they was from the moment they got off the plane at the airport, wherever the name of the airport is in Kansas City.
Yeah. You can't be
it was like, why did we come here?
Yeah. And that's what the generation we in now. And we can always relate back to the old players of Mike Singletary and those Chicago Bears, the Purple People Eaters and the Minnesota Vikings, the Oakland Raiders. Like those guys, they didn't give a flying.
I'm not thinking if you're going to play a team in the cold weather in that time of year or whatever, as soon as you find out that you got to play that team, y'all need to be flying right there immediately. You need to get out there and get immaculated to that cold weather. Don't wait so late. When you get out the plane and then you're like, oh no, you done have 4 or 5 days of it, it don't bother you.
That's the smartest. That's the smartest thing I've ever heard someone about what a team should do going into a cold weather situation. Once y'all find out where y'all going, go out there and get acclimated.
Go out there. The National Football League now, the way the AFC is right now, Miami's a good team. They're going to go to playoffs. We all know that. We all know. We just said we can agree. I'm sorry, not the Vikings. The Dolphins. We all agree that the Vikings. God damn it, the Dolphins are going to. we can all agree that the Dolphins are going to playoffs, right? Okay. So they're going to go to the playoffs. They're not going to be in Miami the whole time. You got to travel, bro. You got to travel, and you got to go. Like you said, and like Rock said, you got to go to the element. You got to face it.
And Kansas City proved it last year with they run. They don't have to be the team with home field advantage to still get to the Super Bowl. Because remember, we was all thinking, oh, damn, it's going to have to go through Kansas City in order to win the Super Bowl. We can take a step back and let somebody else help. Baltimore, you get home field advantage. And so to me, I look at it like Miami, even if they got home field advantage, you still playing to your opposition, because a cold weather team ain't gonna sit here and be like, oh, damn, we gotta go to Miami. Oh,
yeah, there you go.
We
love to go to Miami. Shit.
We love to go to Miami in January.
Yeah, let's go to Miami. Let's go, bro. But you want to go to Buffalo? You want to go to Buffalo in January?
I'd rather go to Miami in January.
No, man.
If I'm the opposition, if I'm the opposing team.
NFC, you want to go to Philly? You want to go to Philly in the snow?
Or play in Arizona in the dome.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah. You want to go to Green Bay and Lambeau? Hell no. I don't even want to go to Seattle. No.
The coldest game I seen was that one of the games was that Seattle and Minnesota game in the wild card.
Playoff game. The wild card.
That was Minnesota's last outdoor game.
Teddy Bridgewater.
The college stadium they was playing in Minnesota.
Yeah, that shit was -9 degrees.
Yeah. All Blair Walsh had to do was just kick a field goal, and Minnesota would have won the game. He missed that. Like, damn.
But Teddy Bridgewater stepped up, and Teddy Bridgewater got them Vikings together, because it was I don't even know how they did that shit. That shit was
brutal.
That shit was so goddamn cold out there, boy. The announcers was fucked up. Everybody was cold, bro. But Teddy Bridgewater, he kept his cool. Teddy Bridgewater was always a cool, calm, collected dude.
Yeah.
And he did great that game. He did great. Tua, we wish you the best. You got your money. You got your money. You got a high-powered ass offense like hell. I tell you that.
How much did he get? How much did he get, host?
That's a good question. They didn't say. Yes, he did. 4 years, $212 million.
So I mean, he 3 a year.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean,
nobody getting over 57.
I don't know.
As far as quarterbacks,
you put a lot of pressure on that man's shoulders. To deal with what he got to deal with.
Quarterback driven league.
You trying to tell him? He got to be the Joe Montana now. He got to be a Joe Montana.
Not even close.
And I think for us, I think we probably blow it out. But I mean, I don't know if it's really a lot of. If I mean, I look at it and I look at these contracts and I see the amount of money that these quarterbacks they say they projected to make and things of that nature within the first year. But at the end of the day, you know, the quarterback don't play defense, man. Like, so at the same time, it's only so much you going.
There ain't so much a quarterback. Ain't no so much a quarterback can do. But like I say, but you know, you can't make these every. They can only be themselves. Everybody can't be Patrick Mahomes. They can't do that. And these owners are shelling out the money, telling them the money is saying, I'm gonna pay you. I want you to be better than Mahomes. That's what they're saying. You think your money can't make him be better than nobody.
Or they don't want you to go nowhere. They don't want you to go nowhere.
I mean, yeah, but you're gonna have to show me something, though. Yeah, I swear you're gonna have to show me something, because I can't put my franchise back like that, and I ain't went to the playoffs. Well, I'm invest 4 years in you, and I ain't went to the playoffs. Yeah. That don't make no sense to me.
That's why I do not like this. I know those of you watching.
I mean, I don't like the way they shell money out like that, and the team ain't went to the playoffs yet. I mean, if you scratch the AFC championships 2 times, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pay you. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pay you because you're knocking at the door.
I know you guys is watching gonna be like, host is old school, but
yeah, man.
This
got to be the new. This is a new generation type of paying players now. This got to be the new generation. The old school would never done that.
Yeah, the collective bargaining agreement did all of that. The TV deals raised the amount of the pay scale for quarterbacks.
Yes, it's all about the money. It's show me the money. The Jerry Maguire. It's show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the quarterbacks. No, you show me the production.
Is what got them there.
But why would, if you pay me like that, why would I care about? Someone probably wouldn't care about winning the championship. I wouldn't care.
Honestly, it's analytics though too that play a part in how some of these quarterbacks be valued, because sometimes they value them over like how much stats they're doing per this amount, or you know certain little different stats. But really, we all know how we looked at how quarterbacks was evaluated, of how they played on the field, how they led their team in certain situations. Now it's like a guy can have a good 5-game stretch, and next year they be like, oh yeah, we got to get this man the money because we don't know if we're gonna find how valuable quarterbacks is. It's not that many out here.
No. So
you got to pay the guys you got, because
pay him, but don't back up the Brinks truck on his ass.
I mean, nobody getting 70 mil. So I mean, that
shit is insane, bro. It's insane. The money that they get,
it's crazy, man.
They get $200 and something million, and they out for 2 weeks with a hangnail.
Yeah.
They get a cut on their
and then you don't make the playoffs next year. You don't make the playoffs this year. I mean, then the egg goes on the face.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what am I paying you for?
Yeah,
you can't even get you the playoffs.
It need to be a pay rate, just how it is in most warehouse jobs and jobs, period. It need to be a pay scale.
But the thing about it, like Rock says, I understand that it don't fall on the quarterback, but in the eyes of everybody, it does. Because you know what I'm saying? Because that's who they're gonna look at first. When they don't make the playoffs, they're going directly to him. And whether he likes it, whether the quarterback likes it or not, that's where he has to work.
That's sad though.
It's sad.
Field goal. But the first question is, how do you think? The first question that they ask the quarterback is, what do you think you could have done better? Like, I didn't even kick the damn. You know, it's just crazy.
Yeah, when they were saying if he'd been done better, they wouldn't have to be worried about no field goal.
But if you down one, and
but they don't want to see no field goal kicker. They want to see you do
it. That's true. That's true.
They want to see you do it.
It's a lot of different angles to it. Like, quarterbacks get blamed for a field goal kicker missing a field goal to win the game because he didn't get them all the way there to where they had to rely on the field goal kicker to win the game.
That's right. He could have punched it in the end zone.
Yeah.
The great quarterback that he is, the great quarterback, the one that we paid $200-something million, he could have punched it in the end zone.
But Brady won his first 3 rings off of that, though.
Shit, I know a man by the name of John Elway.
Tom Brady won his first 3 rings off a field goal kicker.
Yeah,
winning the game winners for him.
He got him in position. They weren't built like John Elway. John Elway took that goal. He took that ball. He ran and he got hit for it.
Yeah, during the Super Bowl. Yeah.
That's Elway. That's Elway's game. Though he's always been like that. Even from the 80s on down, Elway's always been that guy that's gonna put his.
He did that a few times.
He gonna put it. Hell yeah.
He put
John
it in his
Elway,
own hands.
Steve Young, Mark Brunell, like guys like that. They gonna they're gonna put the team. They take a hit first.
Yeah,
they're gonna take the hit first. They gonna fuck that shit. Let's go. And that's why I love it. My quarterback.
But you know, the Mark Brunell, John Elway, them type of quarterbacks were fighters back then.
Yeah, fighters.
I mean, they were fighters, man. Yeah. You know, now these quarterbacks now, man, they put in a pretty boy position.
Yeah.
I'm serious. They put in a pretty boy to look good back there for $200-something million.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, I don't know, man. They're just getting crazy. I just don't believe in the big money the way they're paying them now. You haven't done nothing. I don't believe in that.
So let me ask you this, though. How did you feel when you wasn't a fan of when y'all brought in Kirk Cousins with a lot of the money that y'all did when y'all had?
No, I hope we keep Case Keenum. Because Case Keenum was a fighter.
Right.
He was a fighter. He just didn't have a household name like Kirk Cousins did.
I got you.
And they thought that him being a household name that he can elevate us to the promised land.
Right.
But Kirk Cousins, after the first two check down, he done. That's it. Now he accurate as hell. Don't get me wrong, he accurate. But after the first 2 check down, it's over with Kirk. He going down.
Yeah.
I could say that.
And so, but Case Keenum, you seen the fight. You seen the fight in Case Keenum. You seen the fight in him, and I like that dog. He had a dog in him now.
Yeah, Case Keenum. He did come from a different. His background going through college was kind of different than Kirk Cousins. He didn't come from a big program.
Case Keenum was what quarterbacks need to be nowadays. Is he was fighting for his job.
Yeah.
He was fighting for his job, and he was successful. He took the Vikings all the way to the NFC Championship game. I was believing in Case Keenum. I damn sure was.
Yeah, I like it, man. He was a fighter, man. I like them guys. I like them guys to get in there and fight every down, grind every down, run when they have to run. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just like them guys that just don't give up mentality. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I like them. You see them every year. You know, I believe your boy gonna be like that for the Saints. I like the boy for South Carolina.
Spencer Rattler.
Spencer Rattler, I like him, man. He remind me a lot of Case Keenum. If he get a shot and Spencer Rattler get a shot, he ain't gonna give it up. But that dude gonna fight.
That's what you like, man. Like I say, he was fighting for his job. I think he went down. Was it Brett Favre? I was like, damn. When Brett Favre went, I was like, oh shit.
But that's crazy though, because to piggyback on what y'all said about the quarterbacks getting these extensions, these quarterbacks getting these astronomical extensions, they don't have to look over their shoulder. To where as though back in the day, certain quarterbacks, when it came to that time for them to have to get their extension, the organization used to put the pressure on them to have to prove it, or the guy that was behind them was putting that pressure on them for them to prove it. Nowadays, you don't have that competition. As far as like, if you look at all the backups in the NFL, the backups are way less talented than the number. They have made it to where as though the backups are they're game managers. They only want them to come in when they really may need them to win the game for them. Their number one guy's got to be astronomically more talented than the second guy on that's a QB on the roster. If you look at it,
now, since you said that, let me ask you this quick.
I got you.
All these big money quarterbacks out here getting paid.
Right.
Injuries come to everybody. Injuries don't dodge nobody, okay? No matter how good you are. One of these quarterbacks get injured, and the man you say, the game manager come in, and these quarterbacks got to be out about 6 or 7 weeks, and they go on a 7-game winning streak.
Right.
What do? Do you put your big money quarterback back in, or you go with the hot hand?
In that case, in certain cases, you would let the guy that's continuing to do his job, give him that breathing room. Maybe give him another 2 weeks or so to prove if he can still take the reins while the main guy's in the building. I wouldn't give the main guy the reins to take over as the quarterback when we got a guy that's been doing what he's supposed to do. Coming in, winning, he's healthy. We on a roll right now. To me, I wouldn't change that. I would give that guy that's been the serviceable backup that's came in and done his job. I would give him another 2 weeks or so. Because what if he win those 2 weeks? Take you to 9 straight games. What do you do? We keep him in until he lose.
See, that's the thing about it. That's why they call it even giving Sunday. Because if you pay these big money quarterbacks, that don't mean that somebody can come in and rally the squad and start to get on a winning streak, especially they going to the stretch of the playoffs. Here you coming back. I'm the big money guy, but we got this man we done won 9 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? How can we just ice this man?
Sometimes you just got to do that, and that's how Philly won their Super Bowl. They went with the high hand. Nick Foles came in. He continued to do what they needed him to do within the offense. Now, I probably if Carson Wentz wasn't hurt for that longevity of time and they brought Carson Wentz back, but Bill Belichick did the same thing. You know, Drew Bledsoe got hurt. He kept Tom Brady in. He put Drew Bledsoe in when Tom Brady got hurt in that AFC Championship game before they won their first Super Bowl. But he still put it in his mentality that, this guy won for us. It's his team now. But with the big money contracts, you don't give the second guy that option of it being an open competition now. Because the guy that's been paid big money, that the owner's putting it on the coach, the GM, everybody that's in the building. This is the guy that's supposed to lead us. This second guy better not even smell the field. That's how they going. So.
Not his thing, but they can't stop injuries though. They can't stop that.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the thing about it.
Can't stop them injuries. Them injuries is always going to happen.
It's going to happen. When it happens, you got a man that comes in and he starts to roll. You don't take that man out. No. You don't do that. You roll with the high hand, man. And then, technically, you know what I'm saying, then what this man get you to an AFC championship and y'all lose? What do you do with your star quarterback next year? Do you go with the man that got you all the way to the AFC championship, or you start back with your quarterback you paid all that man? See, it could be different scenarios. Anybody can come in and ain't trying to give that up. And teams rally around them for some reason, different chemistries. You never know.
It's a domino effect.
Yeah, you never know. So then you put in the squeeze at the end of the year because this man done got you all the way to the AFC championship, the NFC championship, and your star quarterback came back, but you went with a high hand, the man got you to the championship. What do you do next year? Do you go with the high hand that kept rolling you, or you come back with your $1 million quarterback?
Well, in that instance, the organization, the organization gonna say put the $1 million man in there because that's what y'all paying them all that for.
Right, I know that. But see, that's the drawback. That's the drawback of that, giving that money out like that, because they can get hurt.
Yeah. It's cause and effect, man. You just gotta, sometimes you just gotta. I don't know. Because
I'm second string. If I'm second string, I ain't trying to give it up. I'm doing my best.
Oh, that's right.
I can ride the squad. I can ride.
It's no competition no more for these quarterbacks. I really believe that. There's no competition. I think
No competition for him.
the only healthy quarterback competition is probably in Pittsburgh right now because Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. But if you look at it, all the other 31 teams in it, because I'm exiting out, subtracting Pittsburgh, but all the other 31 teams, if you look at the quarterback room, and probably my bad in the Raiders because they with Minshew and Aiden O'Connell, AP is looking for one of them two guys to take the reins by storm, and he's saying them one of them ain't ready yet to fully take over that QB competition. So those are the only two quarterback positions right now, and I noticed that they got a healthy competition. Everybody else, they got their number one guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the second guy ain't even getting probably 10% of the reps in practice.
That's a fact. We don't even know who the backup is in Miami.
Trevor Lawrence said in training camp, he wants 100% of the reps. He said we can sprinkle in the backup's getting reps here, but he said I'm taking 100% of the reps with the first.
Ain't bullshit.
First, he said second team guys, and Tom Brady did that. Look what it led him to.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're the quarterback, you gotta, and you're getting paid that big money, you do gotta show it in practice too.
You better, because if you don't show it in practice, the fans gonna definitely tell you. They're gonna tell you where it's at. And speaking of quarterbacks, Ryan Tannehill. Rock, you know about this guy. Ryan Tannehill is not waiting on a call to begin year 12. If something comes up, then fantastic. Training camp has kicked off with quarterback Ryan Tannehill sitting at home. Tannehill, who's turned 36 years old. Happy birthday. He just recently turned 36 years old. Said that it's a weird feeling not being in camp for the first time since 2012. The quarterback said that teams reached out during the offseason, but he didn't find a fit. Nothing really felt right through free agency, and through that, I had a peace with it, Tannehill said to the Nashville Post. Nothing outstanding jumped up, so I just said, hey, I'll take a step back, and if something comes up down the road, then whatever. Whether that's training camp, maybe a guy goes down on a team and the team gives me a call. You never know what's going to happen. So just keeping the options open, but at the same time, not waiting on pins and needles for the call. Right? I'm enjoying where I am at, enjoying where my feet are at, where my family life is. And if something comes up, then fantastic. I jump wholeheartedly into it, but at the same time, not clearly just waiting on that. Tannehill hasn't stayed healthy the past couple of seasons, and his play has been up and down. He looked very bit a mid-30s quarterback at times last season, behind one of the worst offensive lines in football. However, it's somewhat surprising that he couldn't land a veteran backup role. It's possible that his lukewarm reception to Malik Willis and Will Levis shied some teams away. Tannehill noted that there was some discomfort when the Titans drafted Levis in 2023, but wished his former teammate nothing but the best. It's a lot to get into. But so, Rockstar Rock, you know this guy. You've seen this guy through many, 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 many years. You have faced this guy many, many, many years. There's some good dog fights with this guy with the Tennessee Titans. Why? First of all, just a two-part question. Why has Ryan Tannehill been picked up yet? And two, where would be a good fit for him right now in 2024?
I believe the first part of that question, him not getting picked up yet, I believe is because of, his injury history a little bit. His play's been a little bit depleted the last few years, with Tennessee. As far as with them adding Will Levis into into the quarterback room and giving him the reins early in the season, and then towards last season they decided, okay, well, it's really nothing to play for. Let's let Tannehill, ride out on the sunset. But I mean, he did play very well. He played very well for Tennessee during his time after he left Miami. He kept them in the playoff hunt. They won quite a few AFC South division titles during his time there with Tennessee. They weren't no slouches, things of that nature. But I just think the injuries kind of caught up to him a little bit. Injury and age, father time is probably peeking in there with him. But I don't see him not being on the roster probably like mid-season or after, training camp and preseason. A team might call in, might need a veteran guy after somebody made, like Q-Dog said in our last segment, injuries happen. God forbid they happen. Don't want them to happen, but we all know it's a part of competitive sports and things of that nature. And the second part of the question, I think I can probably see him. I can see him either going to play with you guys in Las Vegas, a team that might need a veteran that can keep the Wolves at bay that it was in the locker room that's maybe gravitating towards we need a leader, somebody that can get us in the situation where it's though, okay, we may be underdogs this game, but we got a leader right here that'll give us that mentality, the same mentality our coach is on to help us win. He was coached under the former linebacker that was the head coach with Tennessee, Mike Vrabel. So he's a hard nose. He's been under hard nose coaching. Y'all coach and Pierce. He come from that background of being a no nonsense linebacker, bringing that Raider mentality. So I think y'all may be a good fit. There's some other few teams out there that may be a good fit, depending on the trajectory of how their season's going. And I think he may try to latch on to like a playoff team, like how Joe Flacco did last year, being on Cleveland, and then getting that opportunity, like Q-Dog said as well in our last segment, being that guy that get us 5-6 wins in a row. We get in the playoffs, and we got some people saying, "Oh, we can make some noise," depending on the guy at the signal caller position. So, I mean, right now, it's destined for him not to be with a team right now because you got rookies coming in, people who've been already signed from free agency. So if he didn't get a free agent deal, I see him either being on somebody's roster probably week 4, week 5, anything. Who knows? Might play for the Jets, depending on what happens with Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers can't get out of week 1, we don't know.
Okay. Well, Ryan Tannehill, again, a 12-year vet, guy has proved that he can be a starting quarterback in the National Football League, leading the Titans to Rock said a couple of AFC Championship games. Why do you think that he hasn't been picked up by any team? It's a two-parter. Why do you think he hasn't been picked up by any team, and what team would be the perfect fit for him in 2024?
The reason why I think he probably ain't been picked up because he's not the Aaron Rodgers or anybody ever won a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? He's just a veteran quarterback, and I think if he's won a Super Bowl, that they look at him as somebody that can get you to the promised land. Okay. I think what you said, I would listen to what you were saying, and I think he kind of contradicted himself in a way where he was saying that it was teams out here that didn't fit the way he played, but then he said that if somebody called him, he'll be ready to play. So what that team that calls you is not the team that fits the way you play, but you'll still jump on it. That's not registering you. It's just like maybe he sounded like to me, maybe he waited too long, seeing that waiting on a fit for him and not going into a team just because it wasn't right for you, that you can go in there and make it right for you. Maybe being a veteran, he feel like he doesn't have certain things he don't have to do. He can just fall right in. It's going to take injuries. It's going to take a team that maybe that needs that veteran or needs somebody with some playoff experience to come in and put him in. But the door is going to be narrow on him. It's going to be very slim. That light might not even open. That door might not even crack this year. And knowing that if he had opportunity, he should just went on and just did it anyway, because you're a 12-year vet, and just take it and and seize the opportunity when you get it. When you're backing up the young rookie or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But to sit back now that all doors are closed now, and everybody got people in place. Now you're waiting on the injury bug to hit somebody, or for your phone to sit back there and watching your phone like the bat phone and wait for it to ring. So I think he kind of put himself in that position. Why he's not on the team, just going by what you're saying about what he said. I think he contradicted himself when you're saying that, it was some teams out there he had opportunity to be with, but it just didn't fit his game. But now he's saying that he's sitting back waiting and chilling or whatever. But if a team call him, he'd be ready to go. But what if this team don't fit your game? But you're gonna be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So it don't make I don't understand that. Maybe he felt like he's on the Aaron Rodgers mentality that I'm gonna make the teams need to fit for me. But you haven't done nothing though. You can't put yourself on the status. You haven't put yourself on the status of Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Because they know he's great when he's in there. Nobody can dispute that. Yeah. And so that being said, I just really feel that he kind of shot himself in the foot. By not taking anything that was available at that time. That's just like somebody saying. There's somebody that's waiting on a job. You say you won't take a $10 an hour job, but you're going to sit there and wait for a $15 an hour job, and then ain't nobody calling you. You're sitting there with rabbit ears in your pocket. So, to me, it's on the same mentality.
Yeah, right. What team would be good for him, though, in 2024?
It might be it's a lot of teams kind of got what they got in place with rookie quarterbacks, and it had to be somebody with a rookie quarterback or somewhere where they figure like they might be making a playoff run, and they need somebody that's Rock, you mentioned that Pittsburgh situation. You know what I'm saying? It's not a whole lot of situations like that where a backup can be a starter anywhere, like in Justin Fields. So maybe New England, you can back that young quarterback up there. Reaching around the league. I mean, I don't know if he'll be able to pull a Joe Flacco. So we don't know. I mean, I'm thinking New England right off top. Anywhere there's a rookie quarterback without a stable backup, a veteran backup.
Okay. New England. Okay. New England's fine.
Yeah. I mean, but
that's good right there. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. It went in with my analogy with Vrabel.
Yeah.
Because he went back to help
New England. Let me jump in this let me jump into this Ryan Tannehill. I think the reason why, and it just said it, what I read is the Malik Willis thing. He wasn't really much of a mentor to him, and so now teams are like, yeah, you're an old guy. We need, that when you come in as an old guy, you're gonna come in as they want you to smarten these young quarterbacks up. That's your job. Ryan Tannehill, I don't think he's gonna do it because he had an opportunity with Malik Willis and Will Levis, but he cared not to. See, he was all for himself, which is okay in the National Football League because those guys are a threat to your position. I get that. But still, in the same token, you got to give back as well. And you got to help those guys get to the level where they need to be on for that team, because you can get hurt one day. But if you ain't give them no kind of information or knowledge or anything like that, then you just kind of leaving your team and that quarterback out to dry, and your coach. Okay.
Well, another thing, him not having no confidence in himself. You worried about them.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you don't want to teach them that short. But if you got confidence in yourself, then you don't have to worry about your job being taken. You can teach.
You can teach.
You don't have to worry about it. You know, but that was him being shook up.
Yep. He was too shook, and he was all about himself. Now, the perfect team that I think that he need to go to right now in 2024 is no other than the New York Giants. They need help back in the quarterback situation.
That ain't bad.
You want to go there?
Daniel Jones kind of like how Tannehill was in his first stint in Miami.
There you go. So in the Giants quarterbacks right now, they have Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito. Granted, Tommy DeVito did his thing about a bing. He did his thing now, and he won some games with the Giants. He's tough as nails, but he's not nothing. You can't go on what Tommy DeVito brought with you. You can't go on the Tommy DeVito / Mike White and all that. You can't go on that stuff. Jake Browning was a great backup, but you can't go on that. You can't win no games and no Super Bowls on that. The Giants need something right now. The Giants right now, it is a right now button that Brian Daboll is trying to push in the Giants organization. They have to compete with the Dallas Cowboys. They got the Philadelphia Eagles, who is on top of that division, and you got the emerging Washington Commanders. So you have to hit the right now button, and Ryan Tannehill will be the right now button because Daniel Jones is coming back from an ACL injury. And yeah, he's looking good, but you just never know once he come down to playing the game. You have to get out there, and now you have to play the game. D-Rec is a Giants fan. He says Daniel Jones is ready, but is he game ready?
We're going to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Brian Flores got something to say about that.
We see what I'm saying? Is he game ready? Is he the type? Is he ready to go out there on the field and get chased around by 300-pound linemen and get hit? Are you that ready? That's what I'm saying. Ryan Tannehill is not game heavy, but he knows the tricks of the trade to win the game. It's a guy, if Daniel Jones go down, it's a guy that I would feel confident because he's been there before to the AFC Championship game. Drew Lock hasn't been. And Tommy DeVito is not going ever. Tommy DeVito just moved out of his mom's house. So bring.
Now that was true. That's true. During the season, he did move out. He moved out of his parents' house during the season.
Yep, exactly right. And yeah, he didn't want to be a mentor. He didn't want to be a mentor, bro. And that's key to these teams. I wouldn't want him either. Cause I'm like, man, bro, you can't help my young cats out. Damn, bro, like you're a little selfish. Again, the quarterback position is a competition. I get that. But you got to give, in order, you got to give back, man. You have to give back. If I started a podcast, the Real Sports Podcast, but with people that want to start, I mean, I can't be like, oh man, I don't want to help, I don't want to help you start one, or I don't want to give you the tricks of the trade or whatever. No, man, I got to give back. Ain't nobody give to me. I figured the shit out, but now I got to give back to somebody. It's all about handing down. God damn, Ryan Tannehill. I think that selfishness got him out of there. Because like you said, he's contradicting himself. Yeah, I go somebody call me. But I ain't worried about if nobody don't call me. Or what? What is you gonna do? You gonna do it or not?
And that's crazy. He said, but if someone called me, I'm gonna be ready. Like, how, bro? You're not even gonna know the scheme. How you gonna?
What are you gonna do?
I just gonna be ready.
Yeah.
I think he's not a John Dobbs. He's trying to be like Aaron Rodgers. He's trying to be like that.
No, fuck that. He get on a team, man. He was
a first round pick, right?
Yeah,
When the Dolphins drafted him,
but
he's the first round pick for the Dolphins, right?
But he's going to he's going to get the call. I know he is throughout the season, but he's going to be able. He better be able to pick it up because again, he's not Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs can remember a playbook in an hour or two. But he's not like that. So you're gonna have to you got to go there and do some study and get player, you know what I'm saying, and but you got to get in game shape. I hope he's in game shape.
And he's been playing within the same system though. If you think
Seattle.
about Tannehill, the
Tannehill
type of
could be good
system
in
he's been in
Yeah,
that
true.
same type of system. Like when he left Miami, they had to have a good running game in order to hide his flaws within the passing game.
Yeah,
you know, like he don't take the first look. He don't read the defense. Tannehill looks for the out go. That's his first look. Is the out. He's trying to stretch the field every time. He don't take, you know. So they had to like shrink the playbook down for him in certain years, and that's where the emergence of Derrick Henry came from because they had to shrink Tannehill.
And they ran the shit out of him. They ran the shit out of him. They ran. Yeah. And Drew to the game said Seattle. Seattle would work too. And Seattle will be good.
Yeah, I was thinking about Seattle.
Who the backup? No, Gino only got Sam Howell as the backup. Right?
Yeah, Sam Howell.
Yeah, because they don't gotta. If he going to be out indefinitely, but we don't know how long it definitely is. He can come back.
Sam Howell got it right now, but you know, I would go Seattle. Seattle's a winning. They're a playoff team. They're a playoff team. Now Mike McDonald, who's the former, he's the former defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. Now he's the head coach of they've been under Pete Carroll regime. I'm talking too much here. But Pete Carroll regime for so much. I mean, I want to see the new identity now of the Seahawks, and maybe it could be something. Maybe it could be something for him.
Where did Mike Vrabel go?
I think he went back to help on the coaching staff with New England. I thought.
Yeah, New England.
He's not the head coach. The head coach for Tennessee is. I think he on the staff with Gerard Mayo. I think he helped with Gerard Mayo out. Gerard Mayo, the head coach in New England.
Listen, man, like I mean, I can see it with Seattle. It's gonna do good. We've seen Matt Stafford go to the Rams and win Super Bowl. Matt Stafford throws gangs of interceptions. Oh no, is that the president? Rodgers pulling our kids out of his pocket. Little Rocket. All right, man. Well, that's all the football talk. We got the whole time over. I know more. I like to say it's Santa Claus coming to town. Oh, boy. First time.
Y'all cute.
Some advice from you, Q, dog.
What's that?
Yeah, man. You said you
turn down a little bit. Turn down today. Turn down if I agree with you say.
You didn't raise the grown lady. I can come get some advice from you.
What you say now?
I said since you didn't been able to raise a grown lady, you know, from a little girl on a grown lady, I might have to come get some advice from you. So
yeah, man, anytime, bro. Yeah. I wouldn't do it again though. I wouldn't do it again, bro.
Hey, I get you on that one, bro.
Yeah, it's the moments that when they start courting and you know it, and you start to watch the neighborhood and you start to see maybe some boy or something, he's always lurking. And, and it's like, you got to be paying attention to that. And then see, is your daughter trying to fight to get to them as well as he trying to fight to get to her? And so, you're going to have to, yeah, she's going to get mad. You're going to have to be stern on her and hold her down. But she's going to fight. She going to fight because she got brothers and she going to see how you let him, she going to be what? Oh, you let him do this. You got to say, no, he's a young man, you're a young lady. A lady acts like this, a lady acts like that. She may understand it, but, she got to separate the two. Let her know because she going to see her brother getting off and doing things, and you let him go. Yeah. But, you stay close to the hip. You ain't going to know. It ain't your turn yet. All right. When it's your turn, you'll go, but not now. So, but you got to watch, how the young boys.
KD's on sale, Q. KD's on sale. Back to school. KD.
I ain't got bro, that back to school don't mean nothing to me no more. I don't buy no cookies.
Said duly noted. Duly
noted. I ain't got nothing. Man, all the pencils and papers and all graph paper and the whole nine be yours.
No Pampers.
PTA meeting next week, ain't it? Yep. You got an open house and all that. This is a closed house. So y'all go.
No Pampers and no milk.
No Pampers, no milk, no closed house, no open house, none of that. I don't want to meet no teachers, none of that. Y'all go ahead. Y'all got it.
Back to school now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'll be with you. You remember the fat man in red suit? Now he come to see you now. I'm telling you now. He come to see you now.
Yeah, he is definitely coming, bro.
You get that first day of cool breeze, know he coming.
Oh yeah, you already know.
Yeah,
it's this time of the year.
He come to see you, Rob. Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, that is our show for today, man. As always, we want to thank you for watching and stopping by and watching us do what we love, man. That is talk about professional sports. Please remember to give the illustrious podcast panel a thumbs up. And if you think this is a cool show, an entertaining show that you can watch each and every week, man, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. And down below in the corner, man, in the right-hand corner, hit that subscribe button down there in the bottom of your screen. And turn on that blue bell for all notifications. It will notify you each and every time the Real Sports Podcast goes live. Right. NBA Trivia Champ, take us out.
All right. Well, just want to say everybody have a happy, wonderful Saturday. It's the first of the month.
Wake up,
make sure your bills paid and things of that nature.
You ain't lying.
Don't want to come Monday morning and got to scramble and be like, oh, my rent almost due. So make sure that's taken care of first. And, shout out to the Most High. And everybody be safe out there.
It's fucking raining. It's coming down. It's raining. I'm ready to get up out of here. But you guys, man, yeah, go ahead.
Let me say something to the people.
All right, Q. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, we enjoyed y'all. And we had a good subject today. Like I say, the football season is upon us. So look forward to see y'all again.
Boom, 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 pow. And you guys stay tuned, man. As next, man, we would take a visit to the Man-to-Man Barbershop. We would sit down for an hour, man, and talk about some real man situations. It's going to be me and the dog. And the dog got a lot to talk about today, man. So I'm going to sit back and listen to what the dog got because he's going to bring it, man. But it's situations to overcome, just men sitting around talking and helping each other on this journey we call life. So we'll open that up in about 15 minutes, probably about a little bit, 4 o'clock right here on the Real Sports Podcast. And if you ain't coming back to the shop, man, wrestling fans, we will be back this Tuesday at 7 p.m., man. We will have the results for the biggest party of the summer. And that's WWE SummerSlam. And it'll be hosted by Mr. Marcus. Hope he's feeling better and a little bit better. He is under the weather right now. Shout out to him for still trying to make it. And hopefully we have some wrestling trivia. Hopefully. Oh man, in closing, man, and also if you're not a wrestling fan, that's cool too, man. But sadly, next Saturday's show was canceled. Next Saturday's canceled. My basketball team is in the championship tournament, and that is going to be all day. Hopefully, we can bring home that trophy. Hopefully, but it's going to be all day. So I don't know what time. So next Saturday is canceled. But again, man, we want you guys to come on back, man. The man barbershop, the dog. It'll be me and the dog, man. So we'll see what the dog got to talk about, man. So everybody around the world, man, you know the saying, please stay hydrated because it's hot out there. But most importantly, please be safe and stay safe. And that's in order.